Sunday, February 22nd, 2026. Welcome to the Deep Dive. If you're listening to this right now and you're an American hockey fan, you probably haven't slept much.
Absolutely not. I mean, I'm still buzzing. Glad to be here to break this all down with you.
Yeah, same here. Because we just witnessed, honestly, a seismic shift in the sports landscape. The United States has won the men's ice hockey gold medal at the Milan Cortina Olympics.
Defeating Canada 2-1?
In overtime, no less.
In overtime. That scoreline it's going to be etched into a lot of brains for a very long time.
Oh, forever.
But our mission today, for you listening, isn't just to recap the highlights. We're going to unpack exactly how this happened, because it's the first U.S. men's gold in 46 years.
Right, since 1980.
Exactly, since the days of wooden sticks and disco.
Yeah, the miracle on ice at Lake Placid.
Yeah.
But the thing is, and this is what we really need to dig into, if you look at the analysis coming out today, the big headline is, no miracle needed.
I saw that phrase everywhere.
Because it's true. In 1980, that was a ragtag group of college kids pulling off the impossible against the Soviets. But this 2026 team, they were a machine.
Right, a complete machine full of NHL stars. They were calculated, they were dominant, they went unbeaten through the whole tournament.
Unbeaten. They trailed for what, mere minutes total in Milan?
Something crazy like that. So we want to look at how this machine was built, the records that got smashed, and the drama of the NHL players finally being back in the Olympics.
It's just a massive story from every angle.
So let's start with the matchup. The game itself, a clash of titans, USA versus Canada. I mean, the neighborhood.
The ultimate rivalry in the sport.
And Canada had won literally every international best-on-best competition for the last 16 years.
Yeah, they had a stranglehold on it. And frankly, during the game, Canada looked like the team we all expected. They were fast, they were aggressive, they heavily tilted the ice.
They really did. But the U.S. had an absolute wall in the net. Connor Hellebuyck.
MVP performance.
Yeah.
Hands down. I mean, without him, it's a completely different game.
The stats are absurd. 41 saves on 42 shots.
Against the most lethal offensive weapons on the planet, he was the best player on the ice, period.
There were two specific moments that just blew my mind. He stopped a clear breakaway by Macklin Celebrini.
Which is terrifying for any goalie.
And earlier in the game, he stones Connor McDavid. Plus, that unbelievable reaction save against Devin Toews.
People are already calling that the save of the tournament.
Right.
Canada did everything right on that play. They created the chance perfectly, but Hellebuyck just refused to let it in. He was totally dialed in.
So with Hellebuyck holding down the fort, the U.S. strikes first, about 6 minutes into the first period.
Right. Matt Boldy gets the goal. Beautiful setup by Quinn Hughes to make it 1-0.
And they held that 1-0 lead for a long time in a really physical, really fast-paced defensive battle.
Until Cale Makar tied it up for Canada late in the second period. You knew Makar was going to make his presence felt eventually.
True. But we have to talk about the U.S. penalty kill, because in a tight game like this, special teams are everything.
Oh, the penalty kill was flawless.
Literally flawless. They went 18 for 18 throughout the entire Olympics.
Which is, I mean, it's hard to even comprehend that stat. You're facing guys like McDavid, Draisaitl, Pasternak throughout the tournament, and you don't give up a single power play goal.
Zero.
That comes down to extreme discipline and just a willingness to sacrifice your body. Guys stepping into shooting lanes time and time again.
So that gritty defense pushes the game to overtime, 1-1. And sudden death 3-on-3 overtime is just
chaos. Beautiful chaos.
And it didn't take long. Just 1 minute and 41 seconds in.
Jack Hughes.
He gets the puck, finds the lane, and completely snipes it. Game over. 2-1 U.S.
The image of him celebrating with Jake Sanderson is going to be on bedroom posters across the country.
Yeah.
And it perfectly encapsulates that no miracle needed narrative.
Yeah.
They expected to win, and they executed.
Let's talk about the name you just mentioned, Hughes. Because Jack got the game winner, but his brother, Quinn
Hughes was arguably the most impactful skater of the tournament.
His stats are ridiculous. With that assist on the Boldy goal, he set the record for the most assists by an American in a single Olympic tournament featuring NHL players.
7 assists in 6 games.
7. And he established a 6-game assist streak.
Which breaks a tie with Nicholas Lidstrom, by the way. Whenever you are breaking a record previously held by Lidstrom, you are operating on a completely different level.
Exactly. He completely surpassed the single tournament production of guys like Ryan Suter and Brian Rafalski.
And let's not forget, Quinn was also the overtime hero in the quarterfinals against Sweden.
Right. Quinn wins it in OT in the quarters. Jack wins it in OT for the gold.
The Hughes parents have to be the proudest people on earth today.
Oh, absolutely. But it wasn't just them. You look at the leadership core. Austin Matthews wearing the C as captain.
Matthew Tkachuk and Charlie McAvoy as alternates.
A phenomenal leadership group. Which brings us to how this specific group of players was put together, the whole roster construction.
This is where it gets really interesting, because General Manager Bill Guerin took a lot of heat leading up to this.
Oh, the sports talk radios were furious a few months ago.
And you can understand why on paper. He left 4 of the top 10 American NHL goal scorers at home.
He left pure goal-scoring machines off the team.
Right, because his philosophy was that you don't need an all-star team where everyone wants top-line minutes and power play time. You need a functional hockey team.
You need role players.
Exactly. He prioritized experienced veterans, guys who excel defensively, penalty killers. It was highly controversial, but winning gold completely silences the critics.
It's the ultimate vindication for Guerin. But it wasn't just his selections. There's a massive developmental story here. I found this stat while looking through our sources, and it just stopped me in my tracks.
Let's hear it.
Out of the 25 players on this gold medal roster, all but 2 of them went through USA Hockey's National Team Development Program, the NTDP.
23 out of 25. That is staggering.
It is. You're talking about the Tkachuk brothers, Brady and Matthew, the Hughes brothers, Jack and Quinn, Jack Eichel.
Right, these aren't just guys who happen to share a passport. They've been playing together since they were teenagers.
Exactly. They live in the same dorms in Michigan. They went to the same high school.
And that builds a level of chemistry that you just can't manufacture in a 2-week Olympic training camp. Canada brings together incredible individual talent from all over, but the American players already have this deep, ingrained understanding of each other's tendencies.
They know exactly where the other guy is going to be on the ice.
Yeah, and you pair that lifelong chemistry with the coaching continuity they have.
Right, the staff led by Mike Sullivan.
Sullivan, John Hines, David Quinn, John Tortorella.
This was the exact same coaching group that ran the team during their silver medal run at the Four Nations Face-Off a year prior.
Which is brilliant by USA Hockey. Instead of panicking after coming up short last year and firing everybody, they kept the staff intact. The players already knew the system. They hit the ground running in Milan.
So the U.S. runs like a well-oiled machine. But we have to look at the other side of the ice, because this is a devastating result for Canada.
It's a genuine hockey tragedy for them.
Especially considering they were playing without their captain, Sidney Crosby.
Yeah, losing Crosby to an injury in the quarterfinals against Czechia was a massive blow to their locker room, which put all the pressure squarely on the shoulders of Connor McDavid, who stepped up to wear the C.
And McDavid suffers another heartbreaking loss.
The parallels are actually kind of cruel, if you think about it.
How so?
Well, look at the last couple of years for him. McDavid drags his team to the Stanley Cup final, puts on an incredible performance, and loses to Matthew Tkachuk's Florida Panthers.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And now he captains Team Canada in the Olympics, gets all the way to the gold medal game, and loses to Team USA, whose alternate captain is
Matthew Tkachuk.
Matthew Tkachuk. It's like Tkachuk has become his absolute kryptonite.
That is a brutal narrative for the best player in the world. But honestly, as a hockey fan, just getting to see McDavid, Tkachuk, Hughes, McCart, all these guys on the same ice, it was incredible.
It felt like a completely different sport compared to the last couple Olympics.
Because it essentially was. NHL players haven't been in the Olympics since 2014 in Sochi.
Over a decade. We missed an entire generation's prime Olympic years due to all the political and logistical disputes.
So having them back, it was the first true best-on-best Olympic tournament in 12 years.
And it delivered on every single level of hype. The speed, the skill, the stakes.
And the best part is, thanks to that agreement signed back in July 2025 between the IIHF, the NHL, the NHLPA, and the IOC.
We are guaranteed to see them again.
Guaranteed for 2026, which we just saw, and for 2030.
Right. Which means these rivalries get to actually develop on the international stage.
So bringing it all together, a historic 2-1 overtime win for the U.S., driven by Hellebuyck in net, the Hughes brothers generating offense, and just a brilliantly constructed roster by Bill Guerin.
The torch has officially been passed.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that the Miracle on Ice in 1980 is no longer the sole reference point for American men's hockey success. This team carved out their own legacy. No miracle needed.
I love that. And it leaves you with a really fascinating thought as we look ahead to 2030 in the French Alps.
Yeah, where does this go from here?
Because when you look at this young American core, Jack Hughes, Matthew Tkachuk, Austin Matthews, Jake Sanderson, they're really just hitting their prime right now.
And that MTDP pipeline is still churning out elite talent every single year.
So here's the question for you listening to Chew On. Canada had a 16-year reign over the hockey world. With this victory and this roster's age profile, are we looking at the start of a U.S. dynasty that could mirror what Canada just did?
It's a very real possibility. The gap has not just been closed, it might have been blown wide open.
A completely new era for the sport. Well, this has been an amazing deep dive. Thank you so much for walking through all of this with me.
Oh, anytime. It's a historic day to be a fan.
It really is. And to you listening, thank you for tuning in to this deep dive. Go watch those overtime highlights one more time, and we will catch you next time.